Okay, I think we're live. Wait, no. What's going on here? Hello? Okay. Are we live? Can anybody hear me? Illyrios is here. Okay, I don't know if we're live. Hey there, Wilson. What is going on here? Okay, yes. Fantastic, fantastic. Okay, so we're going to get started. So this is a live stream that I talked about doing at the end of my Kasa Free State campaign in Hearts of Iron 4 Equestria at War. For those of you who don't know, basically, shot, follow, drive is here. Chaos is going to ensue. So just to basically catch people up who don't remember, who didn't see the series, the Kasa Free State, we are basically a nation that was founded by former slaves. We put Altu Keksa in office, who is basically like FDR on steroids. She is here to end the fascist and just all slavery menaces, enslaving forces in the world. And we took over the Riverlands because the Riverlands, as we know, are not a free society. They're a bunch of bullshit liars. They let people like Diamond Mountain in there, and then they pretend like there's some free society. Bullshit. It's all bullshit. So we took over this area, and I thought that was a good way to stop it, because the only thing left to do really would be to attack the Griffonian Empire, which maybe I could beat, but it would take quite a bit of build-up to do. So what we're going to do in this live stream today is we're going to do that build-up. We're going to attempt to defeat them. It's going to be rather difficult, though. Like, in fact, let's go over these stats right now. So we've got 107 factories available to us, and about 60,000 free pony power, not counting our armies that are in the field, of which we only have 48 divisions. Although we are currently mobilizing a little bit, so this could go up. But meanwhile, the Griffonian Empire, under the Archon Euros the Seventh, these evil supremacists, they have hundreds and hundreds. Like, at minimum, they've got more than double my factories. That's not even figuring for dockyards. And really, the dockyards actually kind of suck to have. I've got 5 of my factories that are dockyards, and I sure as hell can't build a navy that's going to be able to fight them. So we're just going to have to defend the coastline. And in terms of their army, they've got at least 137 divisions. So just an absolutely overwhelming force to deal with. Pretty much impossible to defeat. But we're going to try. Now, this is going to take a little while, so we're going to get started right now, even though usually I like to wait at the start of streams for people to start coming in. What we're going to do is we're going to build perhaps the Space Marines, where we're going to have heavy tank destroyers. But what I'm actually considering is doing an army template, which I've not done in literally years, where we attempt to, like, if we go to the research here, where we maybe create like some light tank divisions, where, like, so my entire army is just tanks, and then the armor, tank divisions use less manpower per division, so that's going to help with my limited manpower, but also everything's armored, so we're going to have good defense. We're going to be in a position where we could protect more of our units, just like a higher quality standard is basically what I'm saying. So that's what we're going to try to do. Right now, we are researching. We're about to be finished with the Heavy Tank 3, and then we're going to be able to start doing the Modern Tank, which let me actually compare these. Yeah, the Modern Tank, even though it's like kind of a mix between the medium and the heavy, it's going to have better breakthrough. The armor is actually still going to be the same, which is excellent. 80% reliability. It's going to be slightly cheaper. It's going to use a bit more fuel, but that's not a huge problem. It's certainly faster than the heavy tanks. The hard attack is not as good, unfortunately, but we can always put tank destroyers in the divisions. Our hardness is 98%, and it's at 95%. Our defense is 10. We're going to have to use a little bit more chromium, but I think now that we have the Riverlands, we're going to have access to a fair amount of resources now. Yeah, we've got crystals, we've got chromium, we've got oil, tungsten, aluminum, everything. CHG, what path are we taking? Well, this is the end of this is an epilogue series. So we're going to attempt to get these modern tanks going. And maybe make a couple of modern tank... By the way, I'm sipping on some tequila. I'm going to pour myself a stout here in a second. Can I read my... Can you read my Liberty Tree poem when you defeat the Griffonian Empire because it's fitting? If we defeat them. If we do Guzman. This is going to be incredibly, incredibly difficult. And I have no... Not that I have no hope of winning, but we should not get our hopes up is all that I'm saying. That I'm going to be able to pull this off. So... Also, logistically, we're a little bit behind in some areas, but I think it's going to work out. So how about for now, let's get all of these to 5, and then let's queue up a heavy tank dude here, but we're going to convert him over to the modern tanks in a minute. Oh, goodness. Where's all my fuel going? Let's trade with the Republic of Nova Griffonia. We don't want to be trading with the Griffonian Empire. Oh, wait, what is this? What is this? What is this? We have new... oh, yeah, that's right, because we're actually not even done with our tree yet. I haven't done any of the sea and air operations, nor do I think I will. So we have the new sparkle here. How are we going to govern ourselves? We have the new sparkle movement. Thank you for attending. Here in Yale, the fire of democracy. Okay, I think that this is an error. We will debate, protest, and talk to every Griffin who will listen to who could choose our own destiny. This is a Yale event that just happened to me. Yeah. All right. Okay, so... Yeah, we're doing this trial here. Which is this trial? Free Prony of Gryphus. Oh, yeah. So this is eventually, we're going to be able to core some other areas here and get some local non-core power, non-core pony power from the Nimbusian areas. So that's going to help with increasing our pony power levels. So we have that to look forward to. So yeah, the light armor, we're going to be able to get some light armor after we get the modern thing. You see, the thing is here, we can get the maxed out, the FIR L16, but it's going to take almost 1,200 days, so that's a few years' work. And so I'm just wondering if I think it actually is going to be faster, strangely enough, if we just manually go up the light tank here, because then we can also put it in our factories. And then we can get to the Paupra Tuda Obra, which is the name of our good light tanks, and they're pretty good too. So this will probably be the quote unquote infantry, or should I say the main line of our army will just be these light tanks and their variants, and then the modern tanks will be the ones that we use to punch through, get those encirclements, and kill as many of the Griffonian Empire troops as we possibly can. So after that huge long explanation, let's actually get started, shall we? We don't have a tank designer, excuse me? Well, let's get one right now, because we're going to be researching a lot of tanks here. And so, yeah, the new sparkle. Okay, we just got that again. Oh, please don't tell me there's a bug. Please do not do this to me. We got our Free Legion divisions here. Now, so the Free Legion division, this was the 40 widths, right? Did I ever make them? No, I was not able to actually get them. These just had the heavy tank destroyers. So we're gonna need to do some really radical changes to our armies. So let's duplicate this armor division. We're gonna call this the Kasa. I don't know. Let me get a sip of my tequila and think about it. Nothing like Jose Tradicional. Yeah, that's a good point, Ilarios. The Griffonian Empire is going to have all the equipment from all the nations that it's conquered. All right, Shotfall Drive says, "Are you Durglin, son?" Well, we're going to have to figure this out. So we're going to create the Kasa conscripts until I think of a better name. Please suggest to me some better names, guys. Conscripts. Well, they're not conscripts. Oh, fuck it. Conscripts. So, Kasa conscripts. I'm trying to remember what I used when I once did it was virtually a world conquest game as the Austro-Hungarian Empire. Ah, there we go. The Liberators. Yeah, we'll call this the Liberation Division. Okay. So what do we want in here? Certainly mage companies, and I think we're going to double down and do the field hospitals as well. Engineers, of course, just mandatory. Let's see. Light armored reconnaissance, I believe, requires light infantry. Yeah, we're going to need light tanks for this. Okay, so we'll get the recon, and then finally, what do you think? Anti-tank, maybe? We'll come back to that. And the thing is, we don't have that much in terms of army experience. That's another problem. And you know, some of these names, I'll probably write some of these down. Some of these names we might use for individual division names. So the question then becomes, for these liberation divisions, do I go for the you know, we're going to come back to this because we're actually going to need to research some like variants. So I'm thinking maybe doing... All right, let's think here for a second. First off, let's get started on the FIR, or actually we'll do that in a minute. Yeah, so let's see, we're getting this research bonus, but just for the light tank, not down here. Although, no. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna let this fill up and get started on that. Yep, there's some sort of bug. We're getting the new Sparkle Forever. Which is not a big deal, because I think we were like at almost 100% harmony anyway. It doesn't matter. It's not going to really affect the game. So we were going to switch out the... wait, what is it that's out of date here? The Alvarez P24. Oh, that's the... is that the armored car? Or... No, what am I switching out here? I don't understand. Oh, yeah, there we go. Hello, Mr. Canic. Yes, we will dirgle that Ferg indeed. It's the key to everything. So let's go ahead and start on that, on the light tank divisions. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna research the light tank. We're gonna research the self-propelled artillery, and I think we're also going to do the oh my god, it's never going to end, is it? The little sparkle thing. And we're going to get the light tank destroyers. So maybe something like... Okay, we've got to do something about this, or this live stream is going to be unattainable. Let's kind of think here. The new sparkle. Yep, it's just going to happen forever. Well, somebody think of something we could do to fix this, because it's a serious problem. Oh, what is this? The Commission of the New Parishes. In a case of any extraordinary circumstances where Kasa comes to control and manage new territories, a law named Integration Decree is duly activated to efficiently govern and democratize any new lands. Of these, the ones that show most promise will be given a path of integration culminating in formation of new electoral municipalities and expansion of citizenship. Sir Devonair says, all hail Luna, may the night last forever. Well, I've got some bad news for you. Actually, yeah, they're gone. We don't even have, like, the Disciples of the Moon out there. Okay, so we're going to need infrastructure, we're going to need war industry, we're going to need all the things. What is this? Double the population growth of Apracao Libertad with Chosen Heart. What is this? Precipice of Upheaval. She traveled to Canterlot. Joined the Scapitatore, and she married Garina. Who's Garina? Guess some other character. So we're going to lose stability from that, but our stability's so high, I'm actually kind of okay with that. So we want that population growth. The Light of Kasa. That's awesome. We need logistics, maybe. Yeah, let's get a logistical specialist in here. Let's do this also integration thing. So this is going to hurt our political power gain for a while, and we're going to have more consumer good factories, but it'll help. History decisions. Oh no, that's the reading, which you guys should definitely go read the poem. I read the poem, but you should watch my video where I did that, because it's awesome. So I think we're going to also periodically do this military training to get the army experience up, because we're going to have to do quite a lot. The new Parishes thing is bugged. Well, you hate to hear that. I'll tell you what, though, if we don't, if this new Sparkle thing doesn't fix itself soon, we're gonna have to call an audible and play something else. I hate to say it, but that's just how it is. We'll play something else in Equestria at War. We'll figure that out. Okay, I don't care about all of these operatives. Is this seriously gonna happen every day? The new Sparkle. We can develop some oil fields here. That actually sounds like a good idea, but we need Excavation 3 to do that, which we don't have yet because we need the construction to finish. So, let's go ahead and get started on the modern tanks. That's going to take about a year to come in. Oh my god, this is completely unacceptable. This new Sparkle. Okay, guys, that's... I'm sorry. We've got to call an audible. So sorry about this. All right. We're gonna have to hit that button like literally hundreds of times. So we're gonna do something else. I'm very sorry. We'll play something in Equestria at War. I should have tested it before it worked because I unpaused earlier to check that like the save wasn't crashing instantly, but dang, that sucks. Okay, let's pick first off. Always love every year how they do this, where they put the snowfall. That's very nice. Let's pick a new game. Let's pick somebody fun and quick to play. Oh, they instituted the new River Swirl portrait. I saw that Scroob had put this on Twitter. Oh, I haven't opened my beer. Okay. Ooh, that smells funny. Have another stout again. Okay. Let's see. What do we want to do here? Do we want to play like a Civil War nation? The free political power, though. Yeah, no, sorry. It's just way too much. What do we want to do? Do we want to start as Equestria and cause the Civil War? Do we want to play something in Griffonia? Let's go in here and figure something out. Who's somebody I haven't played, or somebody that we can have a fun, quick thing with, or goof around as? Maybe we could do the Dread League, or I don't know. I really don't know. Sounds like creative juice to me. Yeah. Well, here's the creativity. I'm gonna have it now. I'm gonna down this tequila. Cheers, everybody. Tequila is my lady. My lady. Maybe we could do like a Skynavia thing. I've never played them. Dread League. Dread League could be a good idea. Try to just break through the Arcturian order. You know what? Let's do... which is the one that gets to go south? Yeah, I've done Marshal. What's the one that gets to like conquer the Griffonian Empire or whatever? Is that Skynavia or Vidina? Which one of the one lets you start to go south? Anybody know? Let me look at the custom game rules for ideas. Nimbusia, Floena, Farbrook, Bakarin, Sycamon, Griffin Host do Supremacy. Ah, yes, the Griffian Host. They've got all sorts of different paths. Yeah, let's go screw around down there. That'll be fun. Oh, yeah, this is what it's all about, though. Got some tequila, got some beer, got my cat, Caesar, hanging out on my feet, keeping him warm. So Skynavia is the one that's allowed to go south eventually. But we will instead play as the Griffonian Host, the Lord of the Plains. There was a revolt against Lake City. The Griffins of Zopzia live as their fathers have for generations, launching lightning raids against their neighbors to enrich their coffers. We're not going to read all this lore here. I don't do that, because it's a live stream. I know some of you will get bored, so we'll just move on. Okay, hold on a sec. Kasa, Kanceled, Kossack, Kossack crew. Kossack crew time, Kossack crew. Cossack crew with something instead. What's a word that starts with K? Cossack crew continued. No, Cossack crew, or with a C. Cossack crew crush. I don't know. We'll think of something later. Bulba is old. Unlikely to live for long. People already talk of successors. Right now, the two most favored are Borad Grifnitsky and Viesko Grifonskoe. And also Yevin Krosvlet, who has a blood relation with Hetmit Bulba, but is disliked for his cronyism and violent tendencies. Only time will tell what fate we have. Yeah, this is just explaining the area. Okay. So, we have a lot of infantry for a bunch of Cossacks. That's interesting. I don't know what we're going to do. First, I don't know. We'll put ourselves on the border with Lushi or something. Or Lushai. The Cossack crew, Cossack Klub. Cossack Klub? Just trying to find a new name for the stream. Cossack Klub. Okay, no decisions here that are unique. Let's take a look at our national spirits. That's always a good place to start. So we have independent tribes. That lowers our stability, recruitable population factor, and our daily political power game because we're feuding with one another. We have landed gentry, so barons and tribal leaders rule the farmland. This helps our population, recruitable population, but hurts our consumer good factories, construction speed, factory output, and infrastructure. Daily support for unaligned is going on, which is what we are right now. Stability. Okay. We've got the Cossack military. The fearsome Cossacks of the host are renowned for their speed and vast numbers. Their raids are a blight upon neighboring ponies, villages, and small towns. Communist rebels are inside of us, supported by the revolutionaries in Prywin, conducting a campaign of bombing and terrorism throughout the countryside. Okay. We'll figure that out. Let's come over here. Hold on. Delete these orders. Alright, so Prywin is public enemy number 1 then. Let's definitely change this color. Do something like that. Okay. Who do I want for our general? Ivan Fedovsky. He's a motorized officer. That's fun. Griffin, Old Guard. I don't like Old Guard. Ooh, artillery. Nothing like explosions, huh? Infantry officer. Okay, yeah. Proletov. You will be our general. As for our field marshal, well, we've only got one to choose from. Stefan Razbik. Does he have a bio? No, he does not. But he has offensive doctrine, which means we could also make him an aggressive assaulter later, which is pretty good. Okay. Let's change this color to something like that. There we go. National focuses. Looks like there's only one thing to do. We can gather the host. We can also go after the Red Menace later on when this is over. God, I forgot how freaking huge this was. I've never played this, but I've seen the images. I've looked. Okay, so we're gonna gather the hosts. We're gonna organize our yearly raid. That's gonna give us some quick political power. Let's get some factories working here. Actually, we should probably go over here. Let's work on increasing the amount of steel that we have available to us. Okay, development. We have a small science base. We are an agrarian society. Mass illiteracy, but that's pretty par for the course when you're in Griffonia. So it doesn't even bother me. Negligible poverty, and we are of the Griffonian race. Civilian economy, unfortunately. Export focus, volunteer only army. Do we have a military theorist? Yes. Vladimir Stalskal. Who's my favorite equestrian character? Oh, that's impossible to decide. There's so many dozens of great ones. They're all... It's too broad of a mod, man. I can't pick that. All right, so I'm going to have my first sip of this stout here. I'm drinking Tonight I'm drinking Three Bells Brewery from Comstock, Michigan's Kalamazoo Stout, which is a stout brewed with licorice. That's interesting sounding. Very low ABV, only 6%. Extremely low for a stout, if you ask me. I've seen lower, but it's unusual. I don't know about licorice. Well, maybe. I'm sniffing it right now. You thought Cossacks use horses. Well, yeah, that's what's so fucked up. They're riding ponies. But the ponies are sentient. Okay, so we've got to get basic rifles up or else a bunch of our focus tree is going to be cut off to us right now. Let's get enchanted tools going as well. And basic machine tools. All this stuff is going to take us almost a year. Did you just call the Ukrainians Russian? You done fucked up now. Anyway, let's take a sip of this beer. Getting a lot of coffee. Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right, Ilarios. The best. Let me show everybody who hasn't met them before. Let me show you the best character in all of Equestria at War. We're going to take a little trip. The best character in all of Equestria at War is one of the Stalingrad generals over here. That would be the one, the only... Hold on. Yep, love that voice acting. Ponies at the ready. That would be the one, the only, Victor Historia! The only pony with an afro. He also is a pony, so, you know, he gets the usual modifiers. But also, he is an artillery leader, which increases his artillery defense by 10% because he is skilled at directing artillery in combat. He's great. Although I know that everybody loves the BT-7, and I get it. But, come on, artillery. Anyway, let's tag back now. Remember, the console is for development, not cheating. Twilight Sparkle is letting us know that right up there. Okay, so we're going to tag... What's our tag? It's GRY. Wow, they actually got the GRY. Okay. Okay, and then I need to do TDE bug. Yep, the Chad. Afro Stalin. Well, Victor Historia cannot become a leader of Stalingrad. Not yet, anyway. Let's bother Scroop about it. No, please, don't do that. Don't. Scroop's a great guy. So happy he's back from his military service. Alright, gathering the host is done. So we have two options here. We could raid Broadfield or we could raid the GLA. We could either get consumer goods or get guns. We're going to raid the GLA just because the communists could be a long-term problem for us potentially. We're not supposed to raid anyone west of the river, but surely that doesn't apply to vicious anti-monarchist radicals. Besides, this communism thing is appealing to an unsettling number of our youth. It would be good to damage them however we can. Let's do it to it! We don't even have the 3 factories that would be necessary to create an agency. Oh, man, that's not good. We've got 6 factories, and 4 of them are being used by consumer goods right now. No thanks to the landed gentry. But we've got 69% stability, which is pretty good, all things considered. I've definitely seen worse. Okay, so now we're waiting for the raid. Let's see if it's going to work or not. We get to choose if it was a success or a failure. Why would we not have it succeed? That probably has something to do with political stuff, actually, now that I think about it, because I was noticing, even though I didn't read the full intro here... wait a minute, where is it? No, not the main menu. No, not the wiki. Where's the welcome screen? Yeah, I was noticing here, if the upcoming raids for plunder were to fail, then dissent within the nation would likely rise high enough for them to seize power, them being the communist revolutionaries. So I guess you could attempt to raid and deliberately fail it so that you could become communist. Because there's supposed to be several different paths over here. I don't know what we're going to do. But I just did that Commune of France campaign pretty recently, so we're going to say the raid is a success. Let's change it up and do some non-communist things. Alright, time for the raid aftermath. Hopefully they will bring an impressive haul. It's just going to give some quick political power. Oh, changes. I see you, Nico Wolf. The darts of fate. Hetman Bulba has been shot by a communist sharpshooter. A dozen Cossacks immediately apprehended the victim and tore him to shreds on the spot, like with their claws. Damn, that's awesome. Unable to contain their sheer fury, but the damage had been done. The Hetman died instantly, the musket ball passing cleanly through his brain. So is Hetman one of our generals or something? Oh no, that's our leader. Our leader just got killed. He's ruled for over 40 years. I would rather die than live the rest of my years in a bed. Yeah, because he's still doing raids. Wow. So Hetman Bulba led us for over 40 years. He was highly regarded by all. Worse, he died without leaving a clear heir, meaning that the election of the next Hetman is bound to be fraught with turmoil. Today we mourn. Tomorrow we shall begin anew. So we're going to get a provisional government, which always sucks. It basically just means that you freeze. Yeah. The stout, it's interesting. The licorice, like, I'm getting more coffee than anything. Not that I have a problem with that, because I like the taste of coffee, but I don't drink it because I'm not an old man. So I drink beer that has coffee in it instead, or coffee flavors. Okay, the country is in disarray. Many candidates file for the title of Hetman, but two are emerging as clear frontrunners. Grifnitsky with his supporters in the Viskio Grifinovskoy, and Yevhen Kravlelets, the old Hetman's great nephew. So that's the cronyism guy. Yeah, I sometimes wonder, because I have a few friends in real life that know about this channel, but I'm sure they don't watch it because they're not grand strategic gamers, and that's fine. But I do sometimes wonder if they would think I'm having a stroke or something when they hear me pronounce these different fantastical and foreign names in rapid succession. Like I was recording, should I say what? Basically, I was recording a series earlier today that's going to be a Chinese nation, and I'm not entirely sure I was pronouncing everything right, but I think I was. But in kind of somewhat rapid succession, I thought, boy, sometimes even listening to myself, it sounds like I'm speaking in a foreign language. We're being granted. We can get a loan from the Florina bankers. This is always nice. I think everybody in the world gets access to this. Hey, Unity National. How'd you get here? Are you not a subscriber? I've been noticing that lately. We've been having people show up in our live streams who aren't even subscribers because they get recommended it. It's fine by me. Okay, improving the workers' conditions. Could be good to save up a little bit for that. All right, let's figure out right now what path we're actually going to go down. Okay, it says we need so we're going to basically, from what I'm seeing here, we need a stable government before we could do any of this stuff. So yeah, if the raid had failed, we could have had a socialist coup, and then it would have split at some point, because if there's one thing the left is good at, it's splitting. But instead, it looks like we're either going to go for Borad Grifnitsky or Yevhen Kravslav's, and then whichever path we go, we later can then continue to split into different things. Yeah, 888 Alpha. Well, yeah, I'm sorry we weren't able to do the epilogue episode because there's a bug going on where we keep getting this event over and over and over again. Very sad. Okay, so if we go for Borad Grifnitsky, we could go for a monarchy, where we'll become known as the Kingdom of Zafzia. Or we could do something here that says the Republican idea. And I guess we'll still be known as the host, and maybe later we change our thing. Hold on a second. Does this mean no matter whether it's a monarchy or a democracy, it will be known as Harmony? Well, you know, North Obsidian G, even YouTube streams have ads. Did you just get an ad? Did you get an ad while watching live? North Obsidian? Because if you did, I need to look into that. That shouldn't be happening. The way that I have my YouTube channel set up, the only time you should get ads is maybe at the start, at the start of like I'm talking about pre-recorded, at the start and at the end. I very deliberately do not approve mid-roll ads in my videos because I don't like when I'm watching a video and it gets interrupted by an ad. So if you got an ad, I want you to let me know right away, and I'm going to look into that and try to fix it. 888 Alpha Able, it makes your night somewhat better. Oh, well, I hope your night's not going too rough, man, but if I could help make it better, I'm glad to do that. Got any requests? Do you want me to call you the Pog Champ? Northam C&G, you got an ad twice during the stream? Okay, I'm going to have to look into that. Let me write that down. That's unacceptable. Live stream ads happening. Yeah, YouTube is getting a little bit out of control with its ads. Something needs to be done. Anyway, let's figure out what path we want to go down here. We got allies within the temple, so I'll do the classic religious supremacy. But then further down here, the hetman has assumed royal honors, so this is like a more traditional authoritarian monarchy, I guess, if we go down this path. Over here, we could preserve the hetmanate, and then we'll be known as the National Republic of Zafzia. So I won't actually be declaring myself king. Army of the nobility. So this looks like cronyism over here. Interesting. We can create an alliance with Wingbardi, but only if they're supremacists. We could unite the tribes. Wow, so we won't be able to get rid of that independent tribes Malthus until way down here. Okay, all right. Okay, 888 Alpha Bolt. Here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna do two takes of the PogChamp. If anybody wants to clip the drop, now's the time. Hold on. Take one. Aw, 888 Alpha Able. I guess you are my PogChamp. Come here. Now take two, the ASMR version. Hold on. Hold on a sec. Hold on. Give me a minute. Give me a second here. We're gonna do take two. Okay. Here we go. Fine, 888 Alpha Able. I guess you are my little PogChamp. Come here. All right, there you go. Pick whichever one you want to make your phone alarm in the morning. You got an ad for food deliveries. You know, I remember there was a particular New Year's Eve that I remember very well from a few years ago, where I was working until 11 p.m. on New Year's Eve. So I was gonna go meet my girlfriend at the times at a party. But I knew because I was have to. My eyes are burning, my ears are bleeding. So I knew that if the place where we were gonna meet, like this huge party, because of the commute time, that I was gonna basically be on the road at midnight if I drove directly from where I got off of work to the party. So instead, I talked with my girlfriend. I said, hey, I'm going to go meet up with a couple of friends that are very nearby. We're going to have midnight with them. I'm going to have midnight with them, and then I'm going to hit the road and meet you at the party. So on the way there, I'm driving to my friend's place. I saw pizza deliveries on the road. How awful is that? Like, you're delivering pizza at like 11:30 at night on New Year's Eve? Like, yeah, you know, maybe they were getting holiday pay or whatever, but it's like that was fucking ridiculous. What year was that? I think that was 2016 into 2017. Let's see. 888 Alpha Bull says, I can literally do no better. My life is complete. All I can do is stagnate from here on out. Time to get a beer belly. Well, speaking of beer belly, cheers, everybody. Having some more of my Kalamazoo Stout. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought we were on 5-speed. Hold on. Do I want to improve the workers' conditions? On the other hand, that sounds like communism. On the other hand, who cares if I'm losing consumer good factories and factory output right now because I basically don't have an industrial base. So it's just free stability, well, except for the 100 political power that I'm going to pay, you know. But anyway, I also remember that year we were watching the ball drop, and I always get Wiz Khalifa and Wyclef Jean mixed up. One of them I like and one of them I don't. But it was the one I don't like. I think it was Wiz Khalifa. Because Wyclef Jean... The Haitian one I like. He's cool. I like his music. The other one's just annoying. But, yeah, so the annoying one, he had a... oh, shoot. Do I have to already make my choice? National spirit squabbles within the Rada. Daily political power gain will go down. So will stability. Stability minus 30%. Ooh. When are we doing Moe Reich again? I'm working on a Moe Reich campaign not as we speak, Unity National, but soon. I've got a pre-recorded campaign that I'm working on. Probably won't come out until like, I don't know, let's say after Three Kings Day, because I've got to record it all, of course. But it's gonna be fun. It's one I've been wanting to do for a while. The Black Rada brawls in death. There's no clear candidate for successor. Every minor noble who felt they had a claim to the Hetmanate campaigned for support. Tradition demanded that each of them were voted upon by the Rada, which resulted in much precious time lost as none had the required majority. This paralysis lasted for a fortnight until the most viable candidates presented their claims. Borad Grifnitsky, backed by many of the impoverished peers, has captured the attention of many with his promises of reforms, peace, and stability. So, okay, I can see now why he's the Harmony candidate. Although many have accused him of being soft on matters of defense, he has assured them that pacifism does not imply weakness for the Griffians. The ordinary Griffian citizen speaks highly of Borad as well. Ill news is an ill guest, a reputation that seems to follow Yevhen Krovelets. Propped up by the wealthy landowners, his bombastic yet crude rhetoric has attracted many Griffins who desire a return to the glory days of old. Despite being the old hetman's grandnephew, he is deeply unpopular with the common folk. His election might cause a very divisive result. Time is running out for the Rada to elect the new hetman, lest the nation falls prey to the looming threat. A leader will be chosen eventually. Anyway, so Wyclef Jean... Hold on a sec. 888 Alphabet says, improving workers' conditions is not communism, but a way to better exploit workers. This requires a very high IQ to understand, since we are going to be executing 3,000 IQ plays. 888 Alphabet, you are a man after my own heart. Or a woman. I don't know. It's the internet. But you get it, bro. And in fact, this is actually what, if you've ever read the Communist Manifesto, and incidentally... You're not a communist if you've read the Communist Manifesto. Like, look, it's just one of those things. If you want to study religion, you got to read the Bible. You got to read the Quran. You got to read the Book of Mormon. You got to read the Torah. If you want to study if you want to study 20th century history, especially in Europe, you've got to read Mein Kampf. And if you want to study the 19th century, if you want to have the slightest freaking clue about the 19th century, you've got to read the Communist Manifesto. It doesn't make you a freaking communist. I own a copy of the Communist Manifesto. I own a copy of Mein Kampf. Okay, that doesn't mean anything in regards to my personal political beliefs. But anyway, if you read the Communist Manifesto, he does talk about that, Karl Marx. Marx and Engels, they talk about bourgeois socialism, which today we would probably call social democracy, where it's like, the man, the quote-unquote the man, is going to, like, give you stuff to keep you calm, so he could exploit you better. North Obsidian G says, along with Moe Reich. What along with Moe Reich? Oh, you don't have to thank me. This is what I think is just like, this should just be common knowledge. Fun fact, my copy of Mein Kampf is a stolen copy. Accidentally. I swear it was an accident. And I just never took it back. Anyway, so I think what we're going to do is we're going to have a little straw poll here. And we're going to figure out, you guys are going to decide who I want to go for. Okay, what host path? Harmony with Borad or supremacy with Yevhen? Yevhen? Yeah, Yevhen. Hold on a sec. Okay, so I guess we're gonna take like a few minutes break while you guys vote. Hey, Fat God 100, good to see you. Hello, CHG. How was your day? It was good. I had the day off, so I'm not gonna get paid for not working, but it's stuff. But it was nice. I ran into a couple obstacles today. We were a little annoying, but basically just prepping for the end of the year, getting ready to go into 2021 strong. Let's see. North Obsidian G says, I can't find this mod in Moe Reich in Steam. I wish to play it. They've really got to fix the Steam workshop. It is becoming next to impossible to find specific mods. It's so frustrating lately. It's like if you don't type in the exact to the letter name, and even then it's kind of 50-50, you're not going to be able to find it in the Steam workshop. They've got to really fix the search engine on that. So yeah, anyway, the straw poll vote is in the chat. Gonna keep spamming in the chat occasionally, and we're gonna take let's take like 2 more minutes to vote, I think. Fat God 100, you got the COVID-19. Ooh, I just said that out loud. There goes the monetization on this film. Now, on this stream, I'm gonna have to depend on your super chats now. But seriously, did you really get it? I hope that you're all right. Hopefully asymptomatic. Sorry to hear that. Yeah, it's going around. I have a cousin who I found out a little bit before Christmas. He caught it, and he just goes to work and he comes home. And let me tell you something. His work, he could certainly do it from home. But he obviously got it from somebody at work who wasn't doing the right thing, and he was pissed. Yeah, I've had a great uncle who caught it too. Dude, freaking here in El Paso, Texas, our upcoming mayor, because we had the election recently, our upcoming mayor, his mother and his brother have both died from COVID in the last month. Let's see here. So, 888 Alphable says, my school's best Russia professor has Marxist texts on his bookshelf. He's not a communist. Understanding those texts and thinking is vital for understanding history. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yes, exactly. North Obsidian G says, I also own a copy of Mein Kampf. I finished the book, but occasionally whip it out to get a reaction from my German friends. Yeah. Borad can't do a kickflip, but the Supremacy guy will ban skateboards. Vote for the Griffin, who will give us more overall kickflips. Oh, no, it's fine, Fat God. No, I'm just joking around. I'm just joking. It's just because it's one of those things that, like, YouTube, even though they play those ads, like, we're all in this together during hashtag these times. But, like, if you say COVID and things like that in the first couple minutes of a video, demonetized. That's why I like the thing that the Game Grumps did, where they kind of just obliquely refer to it as the Backstreet Boys reunion tour. I think that that's really funny. Okay, so let's check in on the polls now. Killed enough time. And of course, I don't vote in my own polls. So the winner by 1 vote, and I'm noticing that less than half of you that are in the chat have voted. Pretty typical, Anyway, Supremacy with Yevon wins. Oh, and it just went ahead by 2 votes. So that's it. Let's see, that sucks for the mayor. Oh, don't worry, North Obsidian G. He's a bad person. It sucks for the people who died. Of course, I'm not saying whether or not I voted for him, nor am I saying whether or not I voted for his opponent or anybody else. I'm just saying that everybody in El Paso sucks. So don't me saying that Oscar Leeser is a really shitty person. Don't confuse that with me not also saying that D. Margo is also a real piece of shit sometimes too. So we're going Supremacy, support for Yevon Krawvelets. It always amuses me whenever I do these polls and then you guys vote for anti-democratic results. It's just kind of one of those funny ironies of the Hearts of Iron 4 community. So, the last hetman's grandnephew is the right choice for our leader. With the backing of wealthy landowners, he will convince the squabbling Rada that only he can bring Grifia to new glories. Let's see. I'm a biologist IRL. This is alphabetical politics aside, bans aside. Take this thing seriously. Stay home if you can. Mass work. This thing works. Get the vaccine. New Zealand beat this thing so we can win. Yeah. Yeah. There you go, Vincent. You're starting to get it. Yeah, I knew somebody. So I have like exactly one friend who is a girl. She got COVID. Her whole family got it. Actually, they have no idea how. And you know what was the ironic thing? So her sister and her parents had gotten it, and so she ended up taking care of her niece while her sister was sick, and then it turned out that she had it the whole time as well. Let's see here. But she's fine. The baby was fine. Nobody hurt. Her dad was having some pretty serious symptoms, but he's better now. Let's see. Hearts of Iron 4 democratic routes are boring to compare to communist or fascist. Well, maybe in vanilla. But some of the most fun I ever had was playing the harmonious Kasa Free State. I actually think the Kasa Free State can only go harmony. It has 4 different paths, but they're all harmony. I might have to double check that. But I'm pretty sure they're all harmony. Yeah. Yeah, the old Backstreet Boys reunion tour. The vaccines are interesting because, like, apparently there's already been issues in this country. I live in the United States where they're getting distributed fine, the vaccines. In fact, there was kind of this weird kind of a mess up, but in a good way thing that happened where, because there's 2 companies that are sending out vaccines right now. One of them accidentally sent out more. So basically sometimes there were things where you were... Okay, I'm trying to remember what it said in the news. I think it was like you were supposed to get tubes of like 5, but then sometimes there would be 6 or 7. So people were received, so like hospitals and stuff were receiving anywhere from 20 to 40% more vaccines than they thought they had ordered. So between that and you've got people who just aren't going to take it, that like we're actually ending up with this weird situation where not everybody has it yet, but there's a weird surplus. So I actually have an aunt and an uncle who, long story short, it was like a friend of a friend kind of situation. They got a phone call and they said, hey, because these things have a shelf life, they said, we've got vaccines, they're going to expire. If you want to get your ass down here right now, we'll give you the vaccine. And so my aunt and uncle ran out and grabbed it. So they got at least the first dose, and presumably they'll go back for the second. It was actually kind of funny when not my first day that I was in the post office, but the first day that I was at my, for lack of a better word, permanent station. Yeah, they just said to use the extras. Yeah, what are you gonna do? You're gonna mail them back or something? Anyway, so I was with the guy who was training me for the station specific stuff, and then this other guy comes up to him who's at the post office, and he starts telling, and he was wearing his mask and stuff because you have to in federal buildings, and so then he starts saying, talking about like, dude, this vaccine, man, it ain't a thing, and then he just starts. He basically was talking about like how he wasn't gonna get the vaccine. And he starts talking all these vaccine conspiracy theories, and then the guy who's training me just goes, like he's being really quiet for a while, and then eventually goes, yes, and the Earth is flat, and the blah blah blah, and he just goes on and on and on and on, and then he says like, come on, Conquering History Games, we gotta get to work. Just ignore this guy. I thought that was really funny. And then because then we were leaving and we were in another room, and then the last thing I hear from the other guy, he says, the Earth's not flat. Okay, so the ascendancy of Yevon Krolvitz. Above the rest, he was the hetman's nephew. He had the support of the richest landowners. So what if he'd like to break a few beaks to get his way? Only a buffoon thinks he can get through life with nice words and sheathed talons. No force, will, and power is what gets the job done. That's how Yevon made his approach at the Rada. A few speeches detailing his grand vision, a couple of bribes and threats in the right places, and it didn't take long before the deciding vote was gassed. It was a bit too close for his liking. That damned idiot Grifnitsky had a way with words, but Yevon's ambitions were achieved, and he was the new hetman of the Griffian host. You like to think that I work at the CIA, Vincent? Anyway, he'd celebrate with a healthy serving of kolbasa and imported Rantigen wine to settle a few grudges now that he had the reins of power, but first he needed to deal with Borad and his lackeys. They weren't too thrilled with this outcome and promised a bloody reckoning. Soon it will all be mine. Yeah. Well, Fat God 100, that's the world we live in now. Technology moves faster and faster. You heard of these new GTX, what are they, 280s? These graphic cards? Crazy. Crazy stuff. Me and the CIA. If I was in the CIA, I'd probably play it like, I'd be like Gus in, have you guys ever seen that movie, Charlie Wilson's War? One of the great Philip Seymour Hoffman monologues. He was such a good actor. Miss him plenty, you know. Hollywood is lesser without him, but he does that rant where he's arguing with his boss, and he's like, you know, I've spent the last 3 years, because he's mad that he's not going to get the Helsinki station assignment. He's like, I've spent the last 3 years learning Finnish, which should really come in helpful here in Virginia. And then his boss going, you know, I don't know why I didn't fire you when you broke my glass last time. And he goes like, oh, you know I know. It's because you're fucking Roger's fiancé and you know that I know. So I'm not even going to dignify that with a response. Yeah, you're dignifying her in the ass down at the La Quinta Inn, room 325. Whoa, whoa. Freeze. Cut the music. The River Republic went socialist. What is going on? They went Caramel Haze. Okay, is Caramel Haze the elected one, or is this the hardcore one? Re-education, Arsenal of Socialism. Or do they get to choose later? What's going on? I'm confirming that I'm the CIA. No. I'm saying if I was in the CIA, I'd play it like I'm Gus. So he says, nah, I work at the NSA. North Obsidian G. We are playing the Griffian host, here. So Brodfeld wants economic help. We can help them for 40. They're going to lose. They just want help against the rebels, don't they? No, they're going to lose. We're not going to help them. They're losers. They're geeks. This Kalamazoo Stout is nice. I kind of am tasting the licorice, but it's just too... It's too thin. And it's not boozy enough. When I want a stout in the winter, I want something with more alcohol in it. You know, I want that warming effect. I like the Russian Imperial style. But those just don't get distributed to El Paso like they used to. Griffinsky's supporters have stormed out during the inauguration and have sworn to oppose his rule. Uh-oh, are we about to have a civil war of some kind, or at least dissidents? His full name is Caramel Dansen Hayes. So the Black Council is going to get in charge. We're going to lose some stability, and we're going to get troublemaking dissidents. That does not sound fun. Yeah, Caramel Dansen's in charge of the Socialist River Republic right now. Yeah, definitely could go for more like a Russian Imperial Stout type. I don't like these thin 6% alcohol. And it's not a like, oh, I gotta have alcohol in me or something. They want help. No, it's their problem. It's your problem. You guys are gonna lose. Fuck off. it's just because like if you just want alcohol for the sake of alcohol, just go get like a bottle of vodka and a watermelon, and you'll get pretty wasted pretty fast. Oh, hold on. Let's get our theorist. We're going to want to start with... Oh, we can get a rocket scientist. What? We need to complete the focus Blyskov Yinshkiny. Let's look that up. Blyskov. So this is under the air thing. We have to have a modern society, and we can get jet technology and jet engines. That's really interesting. Huh. But that's ages and ages away, so we're not going to do that. How about political advisors? Do we have any silent workbird? Yes, we do, but we have to appoint a new government first. Whoops. Hold on. Appoint a new government. That's in the other direction, so we can't get him. Twilight Sparkle. Oh, yeah. Twilight Sparkle is incredibly, incredibly OP. Let's see if we can actually see her over here. But she does, like, she helps with the... Yeah, here we go. Twilight Sparkle gives you 15% additional political power gain, which is very good. That's like the silent work pony. But you also get a plus 5% stability. You also get a plus 5% research speed. And then stacked correctly, you get 10% additional magical research time. Which I guess like makes sense. She's the element of magic. She's, you know, the Alicorn princess, one of the Alicorns. Extremely powerful, makes sense. Okay, we don't want to do press censorship right now. I don't like doing any of these raids or the promises of peace, these political action stuff. I think we're just going to keep it simple and go with the military theorist. When in doubt, you know, just go for the stuff that you know works. So we've got some troublemaking dissidents going on. We're pacifying people. People are laying down their arms. The rebellion is doomed from the start. But we have not actually caught Grafinsky. So right now we are New Hetmanate, which is not really a nation name. That's just what we are. So this is us. We are Yevon Kravelts, the grandson of old Hetman Bulba's sister. He dreams of restoring the Zafzan people to ancient greatness and is willing to use force to achieve his dream of a greater Zafzia. Yeah. If you go for Dawnbreaker and become the Solar Empire, she becomes Sunshine. Oh, yeah, yeah. A lot of fun to be had out there. You know, I've already done a Solar Empire campaign, though. You guys can look it up. So what do we want to do first? We could do replace Squabbles with the Hetman seeks support for his range. That's pretty good because it's going to help my political power gain. But we could also get rid of the communist rebels here. That's increasing our daily communist support. No, let's go political power because those sorts of gains, the earlier you get them, the more that they're due for you. Yeah. New Hetmanate is a terrible name. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's just the transitional name. I'm sure we're going to change it later. Yeah, we'll either become known as the Kingdom of Zafzia or the National Republic of Zafzia. Yeah, so this is just we're basically in a transition government at the moment. I'm not going to ban these things. I'm not going to censor the press. Just leave all of this be. Damn, we've been streaming for an hour. I'll tell you what, though, guys. I might end up just kind of calling it early today because, let's see. Okay, we can get more political power here if we get allies in the temple. So the GSDLR are nothing but Priwanist agitators sent to undermine the Griffian nation. We must deal with this threat immediately. So we're going to kill like 500 people. So, yeah, because last night I slept horribly. I got up at least 5 different times. Real bad. I was getting up like once every hour. So between the drinking and then, you know, not having a great night's sleep last night started to catch up with me. New Daring Do book by A.K. Yearling. Yeah, I have got to really get around to playing a lot of the Civil War pop-up nations in Equestria because I've never really done any of them. I haven't done. Okay, what have we got down here? There's Baltimore, there's Aztlan, the Disciples of the Moon, the Celestial Free State. There's the Van Hoover Commune out here. Okay, allies within the temple. The common religions of the Griffins is prevalent in Griffia, but our religious leaders are not influential enough compared to the Imperial Heartlines. However, they hold sway over the population, giving them comfort in these troubling times. We should offer them a deal that will be mutually beneficial. So this will help solidify my power, and we're going to get more stability and political power gain. We're already back up to 69. Shot follow drive asked, did you Durgle his Ferd son? Oh yeah, we did. We Durgled. Well, actually, we haven't completely Durgled him. I think that he's still out there. What's his name? Grifnitsky. We didn't capture him, but we killed a lot of his followers. And now we're going to purge the communists. Communists, harmony, pretty much the same thing. I'm loving how fast this goes. That's the beauty of Equestria War. Just look, let's do a Mississippi count. When we hit midnight. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi. Okay, yeah, and there was a couple of it caught up there. So like it's a 3 Mississippi count for every single day in this game right now. We're going really, really fast. And that's one of the great things about Equestria War. You've got these amazing devs. Hearts of Iron 4 never runs faster for me than when I'm playing Hearts of Iron when I'm playing Equestria War. They're so good. Just blinding speed sometimes. Okay, so we're not going to get the silent workboard. What do we want to get then? What do we want to spend this on? We can do some industrial concern. Might not be the worst idea. Or electronic. I don't think we need to increase the size of our conscriptable population at the moment. You know what? Let's just get up to partial mobilization for right now. And just like that, we've only got 3 consumer goods, 3 factories being used up by consumer goods. So we got 1 factory out of that. We spent 150 political power to get 1 factory. Oh, and here we go. The River Republic Civil War has begun. Neither of them is in a faction at the moment. Yeah, I think that the rest of the River Republic just kind of lets them fight it out. But the uprising River Republic is under Hector Lipzan, with his capital at Vermenavictica. Let's see. Rovamangha. I've always meant to be the one that could be take over Ahuzotl. Of course, I've been spending a lot of attention on the new path for non-aligned longsword recently. Yeah. Okay. So we still can't take it. Let me double check. Yeah, we still can't take anything else. We can come over here when the Prywin Civil War is over. Of course, we kind of hope that it just drags on forever, I guess, ideally. Or that Brodfield wins. So what do we want to do here? We can eliminate dissenters. Or we can get the Pokozak Eninya, which will give us mobilization speed and recruitable population factor. Neither of these we really need right now. But it seems like, yeah, if we eliminate every dissenter, we really are going to eliminate every dissenter. So we should be at 100% supremacy. We'll have to deal with them one way or another before they say to take up arms and join the rebels. So let the purge begin. Ilario says this mod is unironically the most fun and the most smoothly run. Oh yeah, and other members of major mods, including Kaiserreich, have on the record said when they find that their mod's not running smoothly enough, they get a hold of the Equestria War Devs. Support for the Griffinian Liberation Army. No. Why would we help the communists and their comrade General Philippe Redglad? Absolutely not. Okay, let's get weapons 1 up and running. Let's also switch out in our factory. Make sure that we're, instead of getting muzzle loaded, let's actually get some breech loaded rifles and some bayonets going on. Hey there, Rem Hassan. Good to see you. Oh, speaking of Longsword, Longsword's capitulated. Of course, it went to the Longsword Liberation Front. But let us never forget that I have managed to pull off a victory as the incumbent government of Longsword in the three-sided civil war, which as far as I know, nobody else has ever been documented as doing. Therefore, I am automatically the greatest player of Equestria War in the world. And don't you forget it. Okay, so this event, interesting flag. You know, if I didn't know that we were supremacists, this flag kind of looks like we would be radical anarchists or something, right? You know, the red and the black. Anyway, so the act of becoming a Kossack is an ancient ceremony in which an aspiring Kossack is given his shabaya and finery and formally inducted. Today, however, we cannot abide by their rigorous requirements, and we must cut the frivolities off, for we require every griffin for our cause. I love how Fluttershy is the equestrian advisor for WMDs. Yeah, it's my understanding that it has something to do with like a relatively well-known fan fiction or something, where she's like becomes a nuclear scientist. I'm not entirely sure. Let's see. Oh, Rem Hassan, you were HOI4 Senate using your mom's account. Oh, okay. Good to see you, HOI4 Senate. Always nice for the regulars to come around. Yeah, this Kalamazoo, I think I'm gonna pass it by in the future. And Three Bells usually makes really great stuff. This is just fine. Definitely could be better. Okay, well, the Socialist River Republic was defeated. No more Caramel Danson Hayes in charge. Instead, we have Hector Lipidzan. The flag is based around various Ukrainian right-wing groups. No, sure it is. I'm just saying, it's like when you see the red and black, your instincts would tell you that's like a leftist movement, you know? Yeah, Fluttershy. I've always been a Rainbow Dash guy when it comes to MLP, but Fluttershy has been she's been trying to win me over, trying to take that #1 spot. So we're about to get Loyal People, which will get rid of our national spirit. The Hetman solidifies his power, so we're going to stop getting the negatives from that. Exactly, Ace Combat, yes sir. And you know what? Let's go a step further because I've been drinking. I'm sure you all are familiar with Pravis Gaming. I'm just going to say that he was uploading his Yale series, and then he stopped uploading it. And then once I had won, he then started to upload the rest of the series and won his Civil War in the same way. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. You know, Pravis Gaming, good guy, very successful. I'm sure he's a good guy. But I'm just saying, clearly he got some inspiration. And of course his videos get 10 times the views as mine do. But you know, the game's the game. That's how it works. The traitors have been dealt with. The time has come to decide the future of the nation. The Blackcoats want me to restore the kingdom of Zafzia, but such a move could be proved to be deeply unpopular among the nobility. Yeah. Relania 1. First off, good to see you. I don't think I've ever seen you post before. Have you ever played as the Crystal Empire under Twilight Sparkle if you release it while having Dawnbreak in Equestria? No, now that you mention it. I know that she could take you can have Twilight take over. But no, I've not personally played it. I never thought of like making the tag switch. That's a good point. Okay, let's get the enchanted machines up and running. Okay, question. Are you going to play TNO submods like Goering's Wild Ride or Bernie Electric Boogaloo or Cold Southern Springs? I've heard of a couple of these. Hello there, UFO guy. Thank you. Glad you're a fan. I try. So, let's do another straw poll here, guys. Let me get it going. If you want me to become king or preserve the so-called democratic traditions. Hold on. Think about what you want to vote while I set up the poll. Let's see. Okay. Thank you guys, incidentally, for being so understanding as to why we weren't able to do the Kasa Free State thing. I'm extremely disappointed that I wasn't able to do that. Real shame. Let's make a save file here. Oh, wait a minute. We're just going to go to the transition screen for a second because I don't want my save files to give away what series I'm working on right now. Yeah, that could be interesting. Like I said, I want to play some more games over in Equestria, like the continent Rilana. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. Okay, made my save file. We're back. So vote, 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 vote. No, the democratic traditions are a joke. Like, it's still, I'm pretty sure we're still supremacist. Yeah, your ruling party has to be supremacist. It's just a joke. Roving Hague was asking what happened to the Kasa Free State. Basically, there was a bug because I guess there was an update or something since I finished. But essentially, there was an event that kept popping up over and over every couple of hours or every few hours in the in-game clock. So it was, it just realistically wasn't a good way to play the game. Okay. Checking the results. Come on, y'all. Vote, 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 vote. More people voted for this than the last one, so that's good. Okay, we're going to let it go for like another minute. From the time of when I'm saying this, I know that things are on a delay. Yeah. Oh, what was that? I heard an alert go on. Hunter Plays 303 has donated in the super chat. Thank you very much. And your you almost knocked one of my logos out of the out of the cognac glass. But thank you very much. I do appreciate that. Am I gonna play the Red World fan fork with the American Republic or the American People's Commonwealth with Nazbol Bernie in charge? This is the first I've even heard of that, so probably not. There's just so much to play, and we've been having a lot of fun with Hearts of Iron 4 lately. But as we head into 2021, I want to reprioritize playing some non-Hearts of Iron 4 content. There is a lot of great stuff out there, especially with Crusader Kings 3, which I've been neglecting. I just haven't really been in a headspace to do it, but I want to do that as we go forward. Yeah, that's the nature of mods for you. You get this really great content, but it doesn't always line up. That's just how it is. Anyway, so let's check the final results. Final results are... with 63% of the vote, you all voted for the monarchy. And I'm mostly just happy that more of you voted this time than last time. Let's see. Ilario says, Mersoc Baltimore is the canonical worst timeline for Equestria according to the devs. So if you want to play something in Equestria, that's dope. You know what? I have wanted to do some sort of communist Equestria run because... gosh, it must have been over a year ago at this point, but one of the devs, I think I was just in the Discord talking with people, and then somebody found this artist who would do My Little Pony themed art, but they were like communist in nature, and I don't remember the specifics, but I just remember we were just stunned at the art this person made, and not in a like, wow, this takes so much talent kind of way, more of a, wow, what the fuck kind of mind came up with this sort of way. And I think I bookmarked it, and I said one day when I do like some communist Equestria run, I'm going to make this like as a base for a thumbnail. I'll have to find that bookmark or something again. Anyway, so hail to the queen. Yevon Kravelets will be crowned as the king of the Zafazans. Zafazan Pererodjuyetsa. In a humble ceremony in Kiev, Yevon Kravelets has been crowned king of all Zafazians. The crowd cheered as he delivered a fiery speech promising the unification of our rightful lands. The ponies will pay for their arrogance as well. Hayev Jevyev Korol. And we will be known as the Kingdom of Zafiza, and we're going to also get some political power, which is always nice. Okay, what's my favorite series that I'm currently doing? Well, I'm trying these days to only work on one thing at a time, so I'm not sure that's like a really question. Yeah, okay, so it sounds like a Baltimore run is quite popular. Yeah, let me try to find it. I bookmarked it, so it shouldn't be that hard to find them. Is this the person? Oh my gosh, this person has a lot of art, whoever I bookmarked here. Looks like it's mostly changing, because I started to type in Derp Iboro, or I'm not sure how it's pronounced. And then I had one thing bookmarked, but I'm not sure this is the correct artist because I'm mostly seeing Changeling and Zebra art, so I don't think that this was the like the MLP communism thing. Yeah, I'm not finding it. Some of this art's pretty good though. I'm going to keep looking in the other monitor. So we have the Blue Moon Festival going on. We're going to get some stability. Hold on a second, guys. I'm looking in the other tab for this person. Okay. No. But like, and I'm not saying something, you know, and I might be exaggerating in my mind. I just remember seeing and I thought, oh, some of this stuff definitely has to go in a thumbnail. Okay, I think I might have found them. Maybe. Maybe. No, I don't think this was it, because this is not nearly shocking enough. Okay, the coronation. The day has finally come. Much effort was put into realizing the revival of the ancient kingdom, and even Yevon Kravets was its driving force. The protests of the nobles were irrelevant. Zavzia had a destiny to be fulfilled, and he wasn't going to let it be stopped by a bunch of lazy rich fools who wanted to do nothing more than count their jewels and parade in ceremonial uniforms. No, he had found a much more powerful base of supporters who would assist in seeing his vision come to pass. The peasants and the growing urban population, alongside the growing armed forces who were loyal to him and not their noble masters, would be a useful tool for achieving greatness. And so the humble coronation event in Kyiv came to pass. It was not extravagant by any means. Yevon had no intention to show off wealth while the people lived with little. The ancient crown of the Griffian kings, however, was a bit too decadent for his tastes, but such was tradition, as it was placed on Yevon's scalp by the prelate of Eveliana in Zavzia. Cheers and praise commenced soon after, followed by a grand feasting in which every Griff, no matter how important or wealthy, had a good meal. This was only the first step towards glory. The ancient kingdom will rise once more. Okay, so is he going to get a new portrait? Oh, he should have something with like a little crown. That's a shame. Ooh, Legacy of the Principality is going to give me a daily political power gain. That's very good. So is all as well? Is all considered well? Nice. Okay, so now we can actually start to pursue industrial methods if we want. We could do contemporary Kossack. We don't have any coastal states, so we can't build a navy. That makes sense. Our industry and society is too backwards right now for us to start to build an air force. Okay, all perfectly valid and fine. Okay. Let's see. Northern Obsidian Z. After watching... hey, see you later, Hunter Plays. Have a good one. After watching so much CHG Equestria War series, I somehow got interested in MLP, much to the dismay of a part of me. Hey, it's a good show. I personally think that MLP was the show of the 2010s, in the sense that, like, you know, its influence over the entire decade. Well, let's get the memories of the Griffinian Principality, because just get that political power gain will be good to have. But it looks like we're going to have to... Or wait, what do we got here? Modern economy. This will improve the national spirit you receive from choosing your industrial path. So we could do rapid or agrarian focus. These both have something going for them. I like the idea of that recruitable population. Contemporary Kossack. So we can go grand battle plan, mass assault, or superior firepower. No mobile warfare. That's fine. Cossacks on wheels. Proud Elite. That'll give us Special Forces. Interesting. Depending on the military path we choose, we'll get a different bonus at the end here. Did Paradox fix the Hearts of our Fort launcher and error occurred? I heard about that the Paradox launcher was causing people problems. Now, it never happened to me personally, but I heard it enough that I know it was a problem. I guess I'm just lucky it didn't happen to me. So I don't know. But I have heard that it was pretty terrible. A lot of people were really pissed off with how the launcher was. Rilana 1 says, I like MLP mainly for the music and songs. There's some good ones in there, for sure. Yeah. They like to play around with the different genres. Can I handle the fuel requirements of being Cossacks on wheels? That's an excellent question. I don't think we have oil here. Hold on. The only thing we have... Oh, actually, no, we do have some oil. Oh, yeah, a little bit right up here in Vorobieco. 13 oil. And that's kind of... Except for Broadfield, that's the only oil around for a while. After that, the closest oil is... there's 2 over here in either in the Falcorian Kingdom or in Sycamon. And if you go north, you don't hit oil again until you hit Baccarat. That's pretty good. But yeah, I believe that I performed to My Little Pony songs during the Christmas concert I did. I did Time to Be Awesome and helping Twilight Sparkle win the crown. Get up, get down, if you're gonna come around. We can work together, helping Twilight Sparkle win the crown. We need to borrow some oil from someone else. No, we got oil. We got oil. So, certainly possible. Okay, the River Republic just joined Lake City. I think it was phrased that way because I guess Lake City took over leadership of the River Coalition once the River Republic had its little civil war. And yeah, there's the new River Swirl portrait. Her snout is certainly shorter, and then her mouth's open a little bit as well. Yeah, let's see. CHD, have I ever looked at the Hawkland focus tree? I don't think so. Yeah, I recently did the, and I encourage you all to do it, by the way. I did the state, I forgot what it was called. I basically did the survey that the Equestria War team put out to kind of get a sense of the people who play it and what they like, what they don't like, what they think could be improved. And I was really realizing when I was going through that survey, just even though I was, and I'm not meaning this in a bragging way, but it's like I was the only guy on YouTube who was playing Equestria War for like a year. I'm a huge fan of the mod, and yet there's so much of it that I still haven't played. Okay, so they've got their 3 branches of the military over here. There's the mayor's fiefdom. Convince the elders. Completing this focus will unlock elder dragon units, which could be added to your divisions. Oh my, or we can subjugate the whelps, so we'll get dragon whelps. So, king in the north. Oh my, so this is like the Iron Islands. You can invade Skynavia here, and so you go up here and create a kingdom. Wow. I get you, Rovlimheg. Let's see. Ilario says, sad to say we won't get a show like MLP again, as that show had a cast of amazing writers and composers from other cartoons. You know what, that reminds me, I was watching it about this time last year, but then my life got derailed. I was liking Superhero Girls, which is made from the same people who did MLP. And let me tell you something. You watch those first couple episodes of Superhero Girls, you can definitely tell there's the MLP influence where you go, oh, well, that's PewDiePie. Oh, that person's Twilight Sparkle. Oh, that person's Rainbow Dash. And that's fine. Like, they're not completely the same. Guys, was it April of 2019 that the Kaiserreich team did the prank where they debuted the pony these pony models in Kaiserreich? That was fun stuff. It was hilarious how triggered some people got. They can invade the Dragonlands, yeah. Have I ever given some thought to trying out the Balefire Blues Fallout Equestria mod? Yeah, I've been hearing about it for the last couple of weeks, but obviously I've been very busy. My January looks right now like it's going to be a little bit calmer. I'm probably going to be moving over to a new job, or I'll be unemployed. No, I'm kidding. I'll be fine. I'll be fine one way or the other. Now, even if I lost my job now, I've been putting a lot of money away. I'll be perfectly fine. Okay, so we could do the mandatory national education, which is going to start working on fixing our literacy, which is nice. Yeah, Supergirls, yeah, Superhero Girls. So North Obsidian G, what Superhero Girls basically is so this is my understanding of how events went down. Cartoon Network was going to do a TV show that was based around a major, and there's men characters in it too, but it's mostly focused on major female superheroes from the DC Comics universe. And so they put it out, and it apparently sucked, and everybody hated it, and so nobody watched it, and it failed. So then they approached, what's her name, Lauren Faust, who is the person who is behind, who made My Little Pony, at least the version that we're all familiar with that this mod is based on. And so, like, 10 years ago or something, she had made a pilot for a show called Superhero Girls. And they rejected it, and they went up to her and they said, "Hey, we tried to make a TV show of your, like, you know, kind of like your pilot, and it sucked. Will you please make it for us now?" And then she said, "Sure, but I'm gonna have complete creative control." So so she's been making Superhero Girls. Yeah, Lauren Faust has she's worked on a lot of different things. So, like, I'm trying to think of shows that she worked on before she was running things. Like, she worked on Quest for Camelot, The Iron Giant, Cats Don't Dance. But of course, like, her kind of what's going to be her legacy is My Little Pony. Alright, a curious discovery. Word has spread quickly in the country about unique creatures that were found in the outskirts of Cave. They are small, colorful, round creatures with insect wings as well as large, endearing eyes. The locals who discovered them have been enamored with them and told about them to their neighbors, which is how the news began to spread. Now, many individuals are flocking to the place where the creatures were found to take a look at them. The discoverers are apparently giving them out as pets in exchange for valuables. It is uncertain how they captured so many of them, but it seems like the creatures are easily tameable. Some, however, have already noticed how the creatures have a voracious appetite for food. The yet unnamed creatures are becoming a countrywide craze, but it will likely blow over soon once the discoverers have traded them all off. We can say they do seem like nice pets and we get stability, or we can say they might be dangerous, confiscate all of them at once. What does this mean? Okay, some of you are freaking out in the chat. So, I'm in all caps and for a reason, nukem, nukem, nukem. They're small, colorful, round creatures with insect wings as large, enduring eyes. If it wasn't that they said they were colorful like their skin, I'm guessing it means their skin, their outside coating, whatever. I would say, are these changelings and people don't understand it? Season 1, buddy. Oh my gosh. I don't remember the early seasons super well except for like the very, very beginning. Paris sprites! Oh yeah, we're gonna kill them. Destroy them all! Confiscate them. Confiscate them. Let's see here. Yeah, the early seasons of MLP, back when before Pinkie Pie grew on me. Hey, I didn't even mean to write that. Okay, so we can reward the peasants. We're going to replace the landed gentry with land redistribution. Okay, so we're actually going to be blocked here from strengthening our industry until we do some stuff up here. Or not there. Here. I think we're going to just do the mandatory education and start making our way towards this research slot. So to get that, we're going to need modernizing strategy. To get modernizing our strategy, we need a mandatory education. Yeah, let's go get that. Let's go get that research slot. Getting to 4 kind of quick will be very, very good. But you know what? I think we're going to call it here. So, okay. Here's what we're going to do. Obviously, this was never something I was going to be able to finish in a single episode. So what I'm going to do is at some point tomorrow, I'm going to rename this stream, and we're going to call it like the Griffonian Host Part 1 or something. And so then I'm going to have 2 live stream series going on, which I guess I'll alternate between. We're going to have, we're going to do this one, and we're going to do the, we're going to alternate this with my Wallace campaign in the USA as the New Order. And then, of course, technically there's actually going to be 3 series that I'm going to be working on at the same time, because I'm also working on a Moe Reich campaign right now. I don't want to talk about which one. Who I'm playing right now, and but eventually a guide's going to come out with that. So, and of course tomorrow is New Year's Eve, but I will do at least 1 stream tomorrow. I think I think I'm going to be pretty much home all day. During the day anyway. So yeah. We'll figure it out. And of course, all my live streams I put in the live stream playlist. So if you ever miss them, you can go check it out later. But thanks for everybody who joined along for this. This was kind of I guess this ended up kind of impromptu, becoming a new Equestria War campaign. But it's going to be fun. You know, thank you for the suggestions. I have been meaning to do the Griffonian Host, after all. So you all have yourselves a wonderful night, and I will see you tomorrow, in which we'll probably play Wallace.